And you know what, you guys? To be quite honest with you, you all suck. Everybody sucks. Everybody is shit at Instagram. Nobody knows how to do it correctly, and you're all shit. What is going on, YouTube? If you don't know who I am, my name is Brandondeon, and thank you for stopping by my channel. And I want to talk about Instagram in this video, and I want to give you basically everything that I've learned. I'm gonna tell you guys in this video. I think this video is gonna be a little bit longer, but it's gonna be packed with value, and you're gonna be able to like really take a lot of knowledge away from it. So without further ado, let's get into the goddamn video. Guys, I genuinely believe that if you watch this full video, I know it's long, but if you watch this full video, you are going to be very educated by the end of it, because this is the tell-all video, because I don't think that I'm gonna be continuing to make how to grow on Instagram videos. This is gonna be the last one, so I'm gonna go out with a bang, man. This is gonna be a big video, and I need to shut up and just get into the video. Okay, all right. Let's say that you've got an Instagram profile. Big deal, so does everybody. So you want to grow your Instagram profile. So does everybody. You think that you're unique, and you think that you will actually grow a following, because whereas you know most people can't. Everybody thinks that. And you know what, you guys? To be quite honest with you, you all suck. Everybody sucks. Everybody is shit at Instagram. Nobody knows how to do it correctly, and you're all shit. I'm sorry. But it's the case. Everyone sucks at it. Like, everybody sucks at Instagram. You don't think that because, you know, you see these big accounts, you see these accounts with like 10,000 followers, you see these accounts with like 15,000 followers, 40,000 followers, 1 million followers. They're doing things right, but when you think about it, there's over 1 billion monthly active users on Instagram. And those accounts that you're seeing with like the really big followings, like they are actually the select few. They're like the 5% that are doing things correctly. The other 95% of you all suck. Nobody knows what they're doing, and everybody sucks. So how do you get around that? In February of 2018, just this past year, a few months ago, I created a second Instagram account. It's called Guitar Repost Page. I grew that account from 0 to almost present day 20,000 followers. I have been following the algorithm religiously. Religiously, I've been following the algorithm, and I've had a lot of success with it. And if you follow my own account, you obviously know, like I have almost 53,000 followers present day. It's like September 10th, 2018. I have almost 53,000 followers. So how did I get to this point? How did I do this? The most basic thing, and I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time talking to you guys about this because it's simple. It's not hard. You just make posts. Stop overanalyzing everything, man. Like, everybody is like, oh, it's not perfect. Or they'll like put it up, it won't get enough likes in the first 10 minutes and they'll delete it. Like, you can't, don't do that. Don't do that stuff, okay? Like, you need to make posts and just leave them up. The first 24 hours is, you know, that's when the post is going to get the most activity. That's the best indicator of how a post is gonna perform. Also, the first hour is pretty good as well. So basically, you see how the post performs, and you know, if it performs bad, that's good, because now you know what performs bad. And you make 100 bad posts, great, you really know what performs bad. See, a lot of people, they like, again, like, I don't want this video to like come across as just me shitting on everybody, but a lot of you don't have good stuff. To be honest with you, you don't have anything cool to post or worth talking about. You don't have anything that people want to see, they don't want to engage with. And the reason for that is either you're selfish and you talk about yourself, even though you might not realize it. And you might not actually be selfish, but if you're talking about yourself and you have like less than 1,000 followers, your friends will care because they like you. Your family will care, they like you. But a random person that doesn't know you doesn't care. And that's not being mean, that's just the reality. I don't understand why people like, so basically, how do you fix that? Well, I've already made a video where I discussed this, but of course, I'll talk about it again because this is gonna be the end-all video. So in order to deal with that, you have to give value to your audience. So how do you give value? You gotta pick a niche, and nobody wants to pick a niche. I don't wanna pick a niche. That's why I've been struggling with YouTube, because I don't wanna niche down. I don't wanna just be guitar. I don't wanna just be Instagram. I don't wanna just be vlogs or something. Like, I wanna do a lot of things. Picking a niche is hard, I get that. But you gotta do it. If you don't know what to do, create a second channel. That's what I did. I have another music channel because this one I talk to the camera a bunch. So basically, you have to pick that niche and you have to stick with it. And this is really gonna help you because Instagram, you've probably noticed they categorize the explore page. Like it's more niche based now. Like you at the top, you can click on a niche that you wanna see on your explore page. Like they have music, fitness, lifestyle, I don't know. So you need to pick a niche down, and then get really good at it. And believe it or not, it's a lot easier once you have your niche, because that's what people are gonna come to you for. They're gonna associate you with that particular thing. And when you have a niche, you can study other people who are in the same niche, and then you can start to learn what is working well for them and then implement it into your own profile. So niching down seems like really not what you want to do. You don't want to niche down because you have a lot of interests. And I get that, but it's actually the fastest way. So you got to do that. You got to niche down. And from there, like who says you have to be in that one niche forever? Because you don't. You can select something else later when you have more eyes on you. But when you don't have any attention at all, you need to find a way to get that initial attention. So you need to pick a niche, be good at it, and this takes time, right? This is not an instant thing. Like, I've been playing guitar for almost 13 years. So when I picked the guitar niche, I already had a very good understanding of the instruments, the niche itself, and that's what helped me. You know, not everybody is lucky enough to have that thing. Like, I don't know what your thing is. Like, fitness is a very popular one, also very hard to break out in, because it's so popular. You know, there's animation. I know people are into that. There's like photography. That's another hard one because it's very popular. Health and beauty, I don't really know much about that one. Cars, people are really into cars. Any sport like soccer, basketball, hockey, jiu-jitsu, martial arts, swimming, you know, you need to pick that one thing. And eventually, this is what you like. When you have that one thing and you've been in it for so long, like and you're an expert, and people are actually watching you because they respect your opinion because you seem to know what you're talking about, after a while, you'll be able to expand because you have the attention, you have an audience now, and they'll be loyal to you. And I mean, at least the true fans will be, but it's like getting an audience is easier when you have one. It sucks because when you have nothing, it's very difficult. You need to understand that when you're at the beginning, when you're at zero, it only gets easier, trust me. Like, as somebody who used to think it was impossible, it only will get easier as time goes on. Because how long have you been in it? I've been in Instagram, you know, posting daily. Like, this is hardcore. Like no half-assing. Like, I've been in Instagram hardcore since November 2017. And it's now September, it's early September, it's about 10 months later, and I took my account from 5,000 people to almost 53,000 people. It takes time, and it takes dedication, and it takes work ethic. And a lot of people don't wanna put in the work. You guys don't wanna put in the work, and you're not gonna get the results because you don't put in the work. So if you don't wanna put in the work, stop watching this video right now. Seriously, because you're wasting your time. Like, it might make you feel good to watch this video, learn all these tips, and you're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna use all these tips. But if you don't have a work ethic, so let that be maybe the first chapter of this video. This is super important, especially when you're in the beginning stages. If you don't know who Gary Vee is, he is super helpful and he will help you with this kind of stuff. But he has a strategy called the $80 strategy. And again, I have another video on my channel where I talk more about this. But the $80 strategy is super helpful if you're starting from nothing, because basically you want to have some posts on your profile already. And then you go to all the top performing posts. So you go to the Instagram search, and you'll type in a hashtag that's relevant to your niche. So I would type in guitar for myself, and then I would see all these top accounts and all the top posts, and then you comment on it. And you leave a long comment, because trust me, big influencers get a lot of notifications, that's no secret, but most of them are likes. So when I see a comment that is a lot of sentences, like it's long, it's like a paragraph, it stands out and I actually see it. So like that's a great way to get the attention of other influencers, and if they like you, if they check your profile out and they actually like what they see, they might even drop you a follow and you can become friends, and then you can network with them. This is actually what happened to me, because there's a guy named Matthias Krantz, and I had 5,000 followers at the time, and I was doing the $80 strategy, and he found my profile. I already had stuff on my profile. Like, if you're gonna do the $80 strategy, you need to already have something there, so when they come to visit you, they'll actually see what you have. And if they like it, then yeah, drop you a follow, you know, become friends, start networking. He taught me a lot specifically for the guitar niche, and it really helps me. I definitely recommend doing the $80 strategy. Go check out my video. It's called like $80 strategy results from a musician's perspective, or as a musician, something like that. But yeah, go check that out if you want to learn more about the $80 strategy. But you can't half-ass it, okay? Don't half-ass it. Actually leave a nice comment. It will take you 3 hours a day. It took me 3 hours a day, but I didn't have to do it for that many days. I only did it for about 2 weeks, and that's all it took. So I don't even do it anymore. I don't have to do it anymore. But when you have nothing, it will help you. So moving on from that, a lot of people, and I've talked about this on my channel before, they will try to utilize DM groups to help their posts get onto the Explore page. Don't do it. I already made a video that I talked about this, and a lot of people on that last video that I made where I talked about this, I mean, not everybody, but a lot of people were like, this is dumb advice. Like, why would I not use a DM group? And I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time talking about this, guys. Like, the 2018 algorithm hates DM groups. Instagram can smell the bullshit if you are associated with a DM group. Like, they changed their algorithm because they want to promote natural interaction. They want people to be on their platform because well, I mean, they're gonna make money if they have people on their platform, but the way that people are gonna stay on the platform is if they're seeing things that they actually like and they wanna engage with. So if you are trying to beat the algorithm by being in a DM group, and because getting a lot of engagement on your post in that first hour will put it onto the Explore page. And I mean, like, that's why people use DM groups, but Instagram knows. Instagram, like, don't ask me. Like, don't ask me, like, how Instagram knows. I don't know, man. Like, I'm just a normal guy who's, you know, obsessed with Instagram, apparently, but, like, you can't use them. And a lot of people didn't want to listen to me when I said that, and it's like, okay. They would rather listen to people that are for DM groups, and these people, like, are small. Like, they don't have that many followers. And it's like, okay, well, if there's a guy who has 50,000 followers telling you not to use them, and there's a guy with 500 followers telling you to use them, I mean, who are you gonna listen to? And a lot of people, like, they don't see the reasoning, they don't see the logic, because they're looking for like an instant, they're looking for that instant, quick growth. And again, like, you gotta be patient because Instagram takes a long time. Like, you don't just grow your profile like that. It takes consistency, it takes work ethic, it takes patience, and it takes dedication. And a lot of people, they don't want to wait. They want it to happen immediately, and that's a losing mindset. You're not going to go far. So don't use DM groups, okay? Moving on. How do you message a big page? You can't ask for something. You know, don't ask for something from the page. Don't, like, if people ask me, okay. The number one thing that I get DM'd is, can I get the tabs for this? Can you teach me this? Do you know any good books? Like, people want to learn guitar from me, which is awesome. I'm super flattered and, like, genuinely appreciative that people think that people want me to teach them. I mean, that humbles me for sure. But a lot of the time, these people don't get a response. And it's not because I think they're being annoying. Well, I mean, sometimes it gets really annoying when I get asked for tabs like 10 times a day. But I don't respond to them because I have my own life, right? Like, I've got a lot going on. I'm a busy guy, and I just, like, when they ask me to teach them something, like, well, I do want to give them a good response, and giving them a good response would actually take me a little bit of time to type it out. And when I'm in the DMs, like, I don't designate a lot of time to, like, responding to messages. I do respond to messages, but if somebody wants me to explain a concept to them, then that would take a little bit of time. And it's just like, I mean, I try to not be on my phone that much because there are other productive things that I need to do that are gonna help me get closer to my own goals. So I'm not gonna take a lot of time to, like, explain something to somebody, especially when there's a lot of people asking, because it takes too much time. Like, I've got my own things going on. And so I use myself as an example. But if you are messaging somebody something, like, don't go for the ask immediately. Like, don't ask them something that is gonna benefit you immediately, because when you're asking, you're at the mercy of them. Like, they're the ones with the leverage if you're the one asking, you know what I mean? So you need to be smart about it. You can't go in for the ask. You need to, I love when people do this. Like, they give me a big compliment, like a big long compliment. Say that you've been following them for a while. Also, always be following. If you ask an account for something and you're not following them, that really hurts your chances of getting a response, because I hate it when people do that because they don't follow me, they don't support me, and they're asking me, like, for this information. It's like, well, you don't even follow me. Like, why should I give you this information? Because you're just gonna take it and run away. Like, and I'm gonna feel used, and I hate that. I don't wanna feel used. So yeah, don't ask for something immediately. Make sure you're following them, and then send them a message. Like, if it's long, honestly, like, that doesn't always mean that it's better, but, like, it means they put more effort into it and they actually like you. So that is always a good thing when I read a DM where somebody's like, I've been following you for a while and I really respect you, I appreciate you. And I'm like, who, like, what kind of asshole isn't gonna respond to that? Like, I don't care who you are. Like, I mean, if you have a lot of followers and, like, you're getting a lot of DMs, like, I can understand not responding to that. But, like, if I saw that, if I was in my DMs and I saw that, I would respond. I would say thank you. That doesn't mean that you ask for what you want to know right away. A lot of people will ask for something because they want to, because it will benefit them. They want to know the answer to this. They want to know the answer to their question, so they're making it about themselves. But you have to make it about the Instagram influencer or the big page or whatever, and try to give them some value, which it might be hard to give them value when you don't really know what you can provide them with to give them the value. But I'm telling you, that's how you got to do it. You got to get creative. Like, put some effort in, you know, and you might not get a response right away, but I'm telling you, respond or DM them more than once. Like, it's okay. Like, they're not gonna think you're weird if you DM them a lot. Like, I have had people DM me like up to like 5 times or so, and on the 6th time I respond to them. It's not weird to send them a lot of messages. So I want to make that clear. Don't ever feel like you're being a creep if you message them a lot, unless you are being a creep and you're saying weird things. Don't do that. That's not a good way to get a response. All right, so let's talk specifics in Instagram, okay? When I say that, I mean like number of hashtags, just really certain rules, really specific rules that a lot of people might not know. So for starters, let's start with the hashtags. How many should you use? Okay, hashtags don't have the same leverage as they used to. Hashtags used to help you get discovered on the Explore page. Now they're more for like categorizing what kind of account you are. So this comes back to niching down. I have got a guitar account, so I use guitar related hashtags, and Instagram sees that I'm a guitar account, then it puts me onto the Explore page for music. So you use 5, you don't use any more than that. I mean, they do help with discovery obviously as well, but yeah, just use 5. My guitar repost page, my second account, I've only ever used 5 hashtags and I've grown it to almost 20K. Don't use 30 because any more than 5 just don't count. New 2018 algorithm is the one that says that, not me. Like, I'm just a messenger, but like a lot of people, myself included, used to do this where they would have the 30 saved hashtags and they would put it into the comment section. They would have it as a comment, and then, because it used to work like that. That also used to put them onto the Explore page, but that's not the case anymore. Hashtags in the comment section don't even count. They don't count at all anymore, so just don't even bother doing that. In fact, if you leave a comment that is less than 4 words, it doesn't even count as a comment. It doesn't count as engagement anymore. This is why that this is the specific section, because who would know that? The only reason I know that is because like I've studied like all these videos. Well, I've watched a lot of videos that told me that like when the new algorithm updated. And a lot of people don't know that. So yeah, it has to be 4 words for it to count as a comment. Also super specific detail that not a lot of people know, but if you edit one of your posts within the first 24 hours, like if you make a change and you edit it, then that is gonna hurt your reach. It's gonna kill your reach. And I don't know why it does that, but it does. So, I mean, you don't have to listen to me, don't take my word for it, but in my own experience and other people's experience that I've talked to, like bigger accounts, if you do that, then it's gonna hurt your reach. I mean, when you don't have an audience to start with, like you're probably not gonna notice it. I mean, do whatever you want, I don't even care. But yeah, that's another thing. Stories help a lot. Stories really, like, because Instagram wants people to stay on their platform. So if you're making stories all the time and people are watching your stories, that is only gonna do good things for you. IGTV also is super new. If you're watching this, maybe you don't know what IGTV is, but I'm assuming you do, because why would you be watching this video in the first place? But they're really trying to push that. So if you're making IGTV videos, you're probably gonna be all right because Instagram wants people to watch those videos, so that's not gonna hurt. Aspect ratio is also important. So a lot of people, they'll take their DSLR, like my camera right here, and they will film a video and they'll just throw it onto Instagram. Okay, have you ever noticed that videos are different sizes? There's 1080 by 1920. There's 1080 by 1080, which is a square, which is what I do. All my videos are that aspect ratio. And then there's like the third one, which is like the vertical. And I don't actually know what the aspect ratio is for that. But I use 1080 by 1080 because that's what you see in the thumbnail. The thumbnail is super important, by the way. So if you have that square, if it's a square, then people are gonna see, like what they see in that thumbnail is actually what they will see when they click on the video. It's the same size. If it's a rectangle, then they're only gonna see this part. And if it's like a vertical, then they're only gonna see like that part. So I recommend that you use the square aspect ratio. You can go into like Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere and change the aspect ratio, and that is going to help you a lot. A lot of people have talked about this one, and so you might have already heard about it, but there's 2 types of Instagram profiles, right? You have just a normal page that most people have, and then you have a business page. My profile is a business page. You can see how it has musician bands there under my name. Anytime you see something like a job title or whatever under somebody's name, then that means that they have a business account. If you don't see anything, it means that they have a personal account. So pages that are business accounts have less reach. They don't reach as many people because Instagram and Instagram is owned by Facebook, and you remember when Facebook changed their algorithm to like show like, I think it was like 10% of ads, like the 10% of what they were showing to their users. Well, the reason that they do that is because they don't want to spam their users. So business accounts, well, Instagram assumes that you're gonna be, you know, sending ads out or like promoting your own business, and people don't like that. It's like commercials. Like you wouldn't watch like a shitload of commercials you wouldn't watch commercials for an hour, right? So like Instagram doesn't want people to be spammed with like ads and stuff. So the reach for business accounts is not as good as personal accounts. Guitar Repost page is a personal account, and it has really good reach. It has reach that is that's similar to other pages that have like over 100,000 followers despite only having 20,000 followers itself. So if you can, keep a personal profile for as long as possible. Mine isn't, and it hasn't been for a really long time, but Guitar Repost page still is, and it's growing faster than my page right now. It has really good reach, and yeah, so try to keep a personal profile for as long as you possibly can. It's only going to help. For the longest time, like I've heard of people saying like that business accounts don't have good reach, and I was getting so many views on my videos. I was getting like over 100,000 views all the time on my videos, and I was like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. My reach is fine, so yeah. It's recently that I started noticing that they changed the algorithm once again, I think, like in August, and it's been a lot harder to reach a lot of people. So this is when I've really noticed the difference between a business page and a personal page. And I wanted to save the best strategy for last. And you know, this is something that Gary Vee talks about all the time. And this is what I genuinely believe to be the best strategy to get an audience at all on Instagram in 2018. And that's by shoutouts. You need to get other people to tag your accounts in in a post, and you need to get attention from their audience and bring it over to you. That's what you have to do. I've created promotions where I've done this myself. Like, how do you even get people to do that? Okay, well, you got to give them something. So I've gotten my followers to do it. I give them an ebook, and in exchange, they give me a shout out. I give them the ebook, and everybody's happy, right? So if you can find a way to do that, like give something to your followers to get them to give you a shout out. Now, if you have like 0 followers or like if you have like less than 1,000, it's probably not gonna work. So what you would wanna do is try to get featured on a big page. And you know, you gotta really get creative with this, but this is the #1 way to grow in 2018. You get a shout out by a bigger page. And you know, I've gotten a lot of shout outs in my time on Instagram by creating guitar videos that went viral. So I don't know how to tell you to just like create a viral video. I don't know what your niche is, and like that, like what kind of advice is that? That's like garbage. Like, hey, just make a viral video, you'll be Instagram famous. Like that's not practical. Basically you have to really study other niches. Like again, coming back to niches, like you need to really study what has worked for other people in the past, and you need to try and like remix that in your own way and then make the same video and like recreate it. But you're gonna say, oh, well, I don't wanna copy other people, which that's great, you shouldn't wanna copy other people, but nothing is original. Like a lot of my posts, like I've got those ideas from other people, but nobody knows that. And like you can't see it when you watch my videos because I mean, chances are people aren't gonna know who the original source was anyway, and I remix it so that it's original, and I remix it so that it becomes mine. Like, so there's never an association with the original creator because I put those changes in, I implement those changes. So you have to be creative. It does take a creative mind for sure. But if you don't have a creative mind, well, you're like kind of already fucked. I would work on that. I would work on developing a creative mind. But so that is really gonna help you. And you know, that could be by messaging. Like you could pay people to give you shout outs. That's a thing. Like you could pay big pages. You could buy promotions. But if you don't have money, which that's fair, because I don't like buying promotions. I would rather get featured organically. I think most people would. Find a way to give somebody value. And you might have to message a lot of people, because don't expect, like, if you message like 5 pages and try to get a shout out from them, well, they're gonna tell you to like go fuck yourself, because, well, they're not gonna respond because they already get a lot of DMs. Like, you need to look at it from their perspective. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't look at things from other people's perspective. Like, if you're a giant page and you're getting a lot of DMs and you get a message that says, hey, can you give me a shout out? Like, what? They're not gonna respond to you. They don't know you. Do you even follow them? So that doesn't work. You need to find a way to give them something. Here's an example. Like, the way that I would do this, and the way that I would try to get a shout out from a big page is by, like, let's use a really big name, for example. All right, like let's take Ed Sheeran. Like, if I wanted to get a shout out from Ed Sheeran, how in the hell would I do that? Like, he doesn't know who I am. He doesn't care who I am. So how do I get him to actually give me a shout out on his page and then get a lot of his followers? What I would do is I would find one of his songs and I would come up with a unique guitar arrangement of that song. And then I would get my own followers to like tweet it to him or like spam him, and I would just, like, he needs to see it, right? And like, if he sees it, like, that doesn't even guarantee that he's gonna do anything about it. He probably won't do anything about it because he's got his own thing, he's got his own life going on, and I would never expect him to do that in the first place. Like, you can't expect people, like, they don't owe you anything, so you can't get mad about that. But say it didn't work, then I would move on to the next person. Let's pick, I don't know, Post Malone. Like, how do I get Post Malone to feature me on his page? Well, I do that same process. I create a unique arrangement of one of his songs. Maybe I'll make this one different than the Ed Sheeran song because that one didn't work. And then I'll do the same thing. Get my followers to spam him, and then hopefully he sees it and he posts it. If he doesn't, move on to the next. So that's just with the guitar niche. Like, I don't know what niche you are. Like, you must know who the big names in your niche are. And if you don't, well, you gotta get on that like now, because you, like, it's all about network. Like, you have to know who those people are, and you have to be friends with them, which they probably are gonna ignore you at the start, but you just gotta make your own account big enough that you're too big to ignore. And if you follow all the strategies that I'm talking about and I'm giving to you literally for free, then I promise you that you'll see results. But like I said, it's not gonna happen overnight. You gotta have work ethic, you gotta be patient. But you follow all these steps and I genuinely believe that you will see results. And I have more videos on my channel that you can check out. So if you guys are still here, I super appreciate that. And I wanna tell you that I don't normally make really long videos like this. So why was I making this video really long? Well, why did I even make the ultimate guide video? So I am not going to make these kind of videos anymore. This is gonna be my last one for a really long time. I might make some more in the future. Maybe when I hit 100,000 followers, I'll make one. But I'm not gonna be making videos like this anymore. I saved this to the end because I know a lot of people have subscribed to me in the past because of the information I have given them. But no, I don't wanna do it. I don't wanna make videos like this anymore because I'm really, like, I might seem like I know a lot, but I really don't. I can't talk on about Instagram for, like, say if I posted a video where I gave Instagram tips, I wouldn't be able to do that every day for like 2 months. I would run out. Like, I would run out of things to say within, like, I don't know, the first month. So it's just not sustainable. And, it's not what I want to be known for. I don't want to make videos, like, I love to help people with this information. Otherwise I wouldn't make videos like this. But I want to change my channel direction, and I was kind of neglecting this channel like for the past 2 months, but when I got 1,000 subscribers, I thought to myself, well, there's something here. Like, I'm not just gonna like sweep this under the rug. I'm gonna run with it, and yeah, so I'm gonna change the channel direction. Like, I am Brandondeonmusic, like that's what the channel is called, music, and I haven't been doing anything music related. So it's gonna be going back to that. honestly, you shouldn't be surprised because like you subscribe to a channel with music in the name, so what do you expect? But yeah, it's gonna be like more vlogs with music involved in them. I'm gonna be making YouTube videos where I'm basically like talking about my process and filming like behind the scenes of creating a music video. And that sounds like really boring, but you gotta remember that I'm fucking amazing, so it's not gonna be boring. And yeah, and you know, just showcasing my life a little bit more. And I already have a really good handle on Instagram by this point, and I think that I need to kind of focus more on YouTube, especially with the algorithm changes on Instagram, making it harder to grow. So you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket, and I kind of do right now. So gonna get another basket and, you know, just run with it, see where things go. Anyway, you guys, if you are watching to the end of this video, you know I super appreciate it. This is a really long video, you guys, and I know I sounded harsh in the beginning, but it's honestly the truth. Most people suck at Instagram. But if you're watching this video to the end, then hopefully, well, maybe there's hope for you because you have a good attention span. But yeah, so looking forward to seeing you guys in the future videos, and make sure you subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next video.